As I sit recording this podcast in my car on a hot, sunny day in Florida in June 1st, I am going to be sharing with you my experience, my strategies, my ups, my downs, my sprints, my runs, my breaks, my marathons, my highs, my lows of what working as a mom during the summer while building and growing a microschool, your own program. I am not here to say that this is a walk on a overcast, breezy day, but I'm here to tell you that there is something called a return on your investment. And just like you, I want the time with my family. Just like you, I want all of the memories that I can possibly make. Just like you, I want to feel at peace. And so today I'm going to be sharing with you what I'm doing to do so in hopes that you find joy in this journey, in hopes that you don't wither away, in hopes that you don't say, this is not what I signed up for, in hopes that you don't say, I don't want to do this. Because let me tell you, there's a promise at the end of the race. You will reap what you sow in good and in time and in effort, but you don't have to do it alone, and you don't have to do it in a squirrely, burnt out way. Your dreams are about to take flight. Now is the time to cast aside your fears, your hesitations. No more waiting in the shadows. No more doubts holding you back. No more doing this alone. Your dreams are taking flight, and Microschool Masterminds is here to fuel your journey. It's your time. Your destiny awaits. We are about to soar together into a future of limitless possibilities. You are a microschool pioneer. It is with immense joy and excitement that I announce the grand opening of Microschool Masterminds that will not only help you to start your microschool, but grow your existing microschool by maximizing your time, optimizing your finances, and helping you master your marketing. To those brave souls already navigating the microschool universe, you understand the deep passion and commitment required to provide this truly exceptional educational experience. But oh, the challenge that you may be facing, the stranded feeling of isolation and knowing that this is your first time becoming a CEO. There are so many things that you are learning and that you are wanting to employ, but you cannot do it alone. The endless juggle of the task at hand, becoming an administrator, but also teaching and also wanting to grow what you've already started. We are here together with your time, your marketing, your finances, your planning. Fear no more. Microschool Masterminds is helping to be your guiding light. For those already on this incredible journey, our membership is tailored to maximize your precious time. Imagine having a dedicated space to share your resources, to get the support you need, to collaborate with fellow educators and access expert guidance, advice, videos, and group coaching on marketing, finances, and your time. And for those of you who are hesitant, peering into the world of starting your microschool or your homeschool hybrid program with trepidation, we understand your fears, the legalities, the marketing, the hiring, the space. Where do you even begin? But breathe easy, because Microschool Masterminds provides the roadmap you've been searching for. Our membership offers step-by-step guidance on navigating the legal landscape, crafting effective marketing plans, and even assistance with hiring the perfect team to bring your vision to life. So whether you're a seasoned microschool owner yearning for more efficiency or a teacher with a dream and a spark of uncertainty, Microschool Masterminds is your beacon of hope. With us by your side, you'll not only survive, but thrive in the dynamic world of microschooling and starting your homeschool hybrid. Doors are open, friends. Let's embark on this journey together. Microschool Masterminds, www.teachersletyourlightshine.com/masterminds. We're waiting for you. It's time to let your light shine. This episode specifically is to give hope to the hopeless, to give the planners a peace of mind and a steady pace. It's to give those who are struggling, those who are worried going into summer going, how am I going to make this work? I know what all of that feels like. And I face that same question time after time again. But I always find a rebound. Seriously. Not meaning me, like God always provides. So I want to start off this podcast just sharing stories with you. I want to share some experiences with you And to let you know that my walk has not been easy. To let you know, and this is not to get like, woe is me, look at how far I've come, look at how strong I am. No, broken pieces, broken, struggling, fearful, sad. I wouldn't trade it though. There's nothing. My mother-in-law stood in my living room the other night and she said, Mackenzie, how do you really feel about the school? After she had been out marketing for me, giving flyers to people in neighborhoods, hanging flyers on doors, standing outside of ice cream shops, giving flyers for summer camp. She asked me, how do you feel about the school? Like, she was the one who was my very first person that I hired in my living room. And I said, I love it. And she goes, really? And I said, why? Do I not look like it? She goes, no, I just know that it's a lot of work. And I said, there's nothing else that I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to do. So like it or not, here we go. And of course, there were times where I wondered, is this what I'm supposed to do or not? But to be honest with you, that delays us. That confuses us. It is, to me, when I was going through this, is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this really going to work? Is this really what I'm called to do? Honestly, that was just to make me not get up to the starting line. That was to make me not get out of the gate as fast as I could. And I look at this in the realm of track, for an example. Maybe you weren't an athlete. Maybe you didn't run track. You can still relate. But I remember like getting up to the starting line and being so full of jitters and like, I'm going to throw up. I don't want to do it. I would just pray before the race would start that a rain storm would come. Please call the meet off before I have to get up to the line. And I was a fairly strong runner. All it did was it messed with my head. It got me in a place of not feeling like I was worthy enough, strong enough, prepared enough. And the same thing happens when you're on this track of fulfilling your life's purpose, your mission, the season. Nothing has to last forever, but there are seasons in life. And I got to tell you, the past 2 years of our school growing, and every year there's been hard seasons, there's been fruitful seasons. God has sustained us the entire time. And I want to share with you that balancing this mom life and work life, and, we went from having the school in our home to now like driving to school, busing kids in my van in the morning. So now I'm driving to work with a busload of kids. Not what I want to do every single year myself. I want to give that opportunity to students, but I'm not necessarily going to be the one who's able to do that. A lot of changes. Here we are. This is Saturday, June 1st. I typically, if you've listened to podcasts before, Saturdays are our family day where we do nothing. It's our Sabbath. That has had to change. And we have had to find unique ways of having a Sabbath as a family and having our time with God and being able to pour into ourselves, pour into our spirituality. And I think that we're all looking, me included, in this cookie cutter way of doing things. And I'm sure that you've listened to podcasts before where I've been like, do this, do this, do this. And yes, I want to share those with you. It's been successful for me. But maybe you've tried them and you're like, that didn't work for me. It's an idea. It's a plan. I've had to, maybe that worked for me at the very beginning, but now things are working for me differently. It's okay. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. We need to try something new. We need to try something different. For an example, in Microschool Masterminds, our online group coaching, and it's a platform where you can receive just on-demand content, social media templates, documents, videos. There's so much for you to just learn at your own pace. Even with Microschool Masterminds, I'm in there putting in ideas for people who've just started their school, for those who are not started, but they need to start, for those who are in year 3, year 4, and they're growing. All of it looks different because we're all in different places. this past year, so here we are, June 1st, since January, and I am not over exaggerating. I'm not trying to be just exaggerating at any point. This is honest to goodness the truth. Every single weekend since January, our family has been traveling. Our daughters are both in competitive sports. First off, here's the return on that investment. We have been able to watch our daughters in such a unique way and come together in different unique situations for our daughters to see them push through hard things, to be resilient, to build them back up when they felt broken down. But it has been an absolute strain on our home life. I've had to hire someone to help me clean my house, and I'm grateful for that. I'm actually really grateful for that. She comes once a month. She's a sweet lady. Her name's Luce. I met her at Costco one day in pure desperation, looking for a good duster, and she said she cleaned houses, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, honey." And I gave her a job, and she gave me back time, and I'm so grateful. She comes once a month. That helps me because you look at my calendar, I don't have a lot of time to do all this deep cleaning. We're like living out of bags out of the weekend. And then on top of that, our school grew even more. I have more employees to take care of. We have more situations that are compressing or expanding in our school that I've had to make provision for. In addition, we launched Microschool Masterminds. I am having to be very unique with my time and how I use my afternoons and my mornings. I am trying my best to be present with my daughters and to love on them and serve them well when their friends come over and to cook them meals. And I just tell them like, "Hey guys, tonight we're working out of a freezer. That's where we are tonight." I'm not going to pretend to be the perfect mom who's got all the most delicious meals. Yes, I got cute little cards and I got my meal plan going, but it fails sometimes. I got my marketing plan going. It's the backbone of what I do on a weekly basis. It's the routines that I've built. But there are times where I nail it out of the park, 125%. Then there's weeks where I'm like, bare minimum, this is all I can do this week. On top of that, I haven't spoken about this on the podcast yet, but my daughter had got her license in March. And if you go back to the video or the podcast that I talked about in April, celebrating how far we had come, after that podcast, my daughter had a severe car wreck and flipped and totaled her car on our road. She left our house, and it's a very moving, spiritual, God gets all of the glory for every single thing. Right before she had that accident, her and I were talking about how God was real. She got into her car and I said, "Don't forget, God is real." And she's like, "I know, Mommy." And she pulled out of our driveway and went down the road, and you can stand on the corner. She turned the corner on our road. She was still on our road, the same street name. She turned the corner and it made an S curve, and she had to make another corner, and something fell, and she reached down to grab it. She was going up the street to her friend's house to babysit, and she hit a light pole. The light pole fell down in our neighbor's yard, and she completely flipped the car. She was trying to get out because she smelled gasoline. She couldn't unbuckle the seatbelt, so she was trying to break the sunroof with her elbow frantically to get out. Finally, she got the seatbelt off. She climbed out of the car, and this all happened in less than a minute after she left our house. We got the phone call 2 minutes after she left our house. Thank God she was on the other line. And we literally ran to the scene from our house. I didn't post pictures about it. I didn't talk to people about it other than like in our close, in our community, of course. It was devastating. It was so frightening. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. And it got me so far off, quote unquote, my productivity track for weeks. She's emotional. We're emotional. We didn't sleep for a week. She's sleeping in bed with us for 3 weeks because she's traumatized. She had a concussion. She walked away without a scratch. She did walk away with a slight concussion, but that was because of the airbags coming out and hitting her. Every single airbag was deployed. She totaled her car. Beautiful Chevy Traverse that she had. It was, we worked so hard. She says, we worked so hard to get that car, and completely totaled it. Walked away with a slight concussion, but we got her back. She was back in volleyball on Monday. This happened on Saturday. She's going to practice on Monday. She's going to practice on Wednesday. You're going back to school. We got to get back into the routine of things after you have this traumatic accident, or you're going to be paralyzed. Got her in the car the next morning in my husband's truck, made her start driving. I tell you this story to let you know this isn't going to be a perfect scenario. You are going to have hills and valleys. You're going to have hiccups. God is going to sustain you. If this is what you're supposed to do, He will make a way. There's going to be adversity come towards you. If somebody would have told me that years ago, I'd been like, done, not doing it, because I would have been so afraid. But then I would have been stuck in bondage. And I was just talking, I have a coach myself, and I was just talking to him. And he was like, years ago when I was thinking that my corporate job was the best job for me, and it supplied me with so much money and so much security and so much this and that the world values. He's like, I was in so much bondage. And now I'm free, even though I have to do certain things that I wasn't accustomed to doing, being my own boss, having my own business. The return on my investment is so strong. And I feel the same way with building our micro school. I'm like, wow, the lives that we have totally changed, the people that we have been able to give careers to, the 6 teenage girls that are working at summer camp and are giddy to get their lanyard and make their name tag. They're so excited. Some of them never had a job before. They're so happy. The little kids who come and they beg their parents, I don't want to leave, mommy. Or the parents are like, I've looked for a place like this before. And yes, there are times when I have felt like, oh my gosh, I don't know how we're going to do it. Are we going to get the students? How am I going to market? How am I going to take care of my kids during the summer? Last summer was hard. I've talked about this before. We were growing. We had the educational scholarship come through the state of Florida. I had to learn about it. I had to set myself up as a provider for it. I had to teach other parents about it. There was an influx of inquiries. I wasn't prepared. And there are going to be situations that you're not going to be prepared for. Like my daughter's car accident. I was not prepared for that. However, I did have people in place to help me, which is why hiring, even before you think that you need to hire, is critical. We're talking about that right now in Microschool Masterminds, and also knowing what your job roles are, because your job roles as a leader, as a builder of the school, someone just asked, what do you call yourself? Are you the teacher? Are you the owner? Are you the director? Your roles are going to change. Like at first I was just a teacher. I was just a homeschool mom. Then I became a teacher/owner. Then I became a director. And so there's so much change and growth that happens throughout this time. The return on your investment is that eventually you're going to be able to create your own schedule if you aren't doing it already. Right now, I'm sitting in my car, as I had mentioned. My daughter's playing volleyball. She plays again tomorrow. I worked this past week at school, but I had a couple hours here, couple hours there. I came and I did a training for the summer camp kiddos. Then I had a coaching call. Then my daughter had some friends over, got home late last night, took him to a trampoline park, got up this morning, went on a run. Didn't really want to go on the run, but I was like, I got to do hard things. You can do this, girl. Because I had said every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, I will go run. It's on my schedule. It's not what I used to do is I used to say Monday through Sunday, exercise, 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 exercise. There was no routine. I just wrote down exercise every day. It wasn't even happening. I wrote it down every day and it never happened. Then I was like, okay, this isn't working. I will exercise at 6:30 on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, non-negotiable. I will market. I'll do all my marketing emails, all my marketing for social media every Monday. I will do all of my finances every Tuesday. And I'm going to give myself a block of time. And what gets done in this time gets done in this time, and what doesn't, doesn't. Marketing is big during the summertime. After we're going into year 5, word of mouth, social media, email marketing. Word of mouth, social media, email marketing. They all have strategies. If you do not have a strategy for all 3 of those, I highly encourage you. It's $147. Get into Microschool Masterminds. Get in it for a month, 2 months, 3 months. Get in for the rest of your life. Get in it for as long as you need it. If you want to at least do a year, you're going to get 2 months for free. It's $147 to get in and have a jam-packed professional development, watching video after video after video, downloading documents, downloading handbooks. Guys, hundreds of hours of things have been uploaded into Microschool Masterminds to save you hundreds of hours. And I'm not saying that I am the best and the most amazing at everything, but I can tell you that I'm just like you and I'm trying my best. And I know that the road can feel very overwhelming. This is why the podcast existed after year 1. This is why Microschool Masterminds exist right now. This is why I offer consulting. This is why I invest in consulting. This is why I've invested in courses, because I've known that this is going to be the most exponential growth of my life and yours too. And I pray that right now you say, I can only do this. These are my priorities. I need to market. I need to hire, and pick another one. For me, it's I need to market. I need to hone in on my finances. I have a really great system. I get amazing spreadsheets. I teach a lot about finances. That's what we talked about in April. You'll have all of the information in Microschool Masterminds as soon as you get your membership. You get in there. You can look at, we did finances in April. We did marketing in May. In June, we're focusing on hiring, but you can go back, watch all the videos. And not only that, but you've got all of the documents, all the templates, all the things, all the graphics. You got it all. But I can tell you this, throughout this time, it has been absolutely foundational that finances have steered the way. What can we afford? What can we not afford? If we can't afford it, how can we find a way to afford it? How can we find people to help us? How can we do this? How can we free up my time 3 hours a week, pay someone $45, $50 a week so I can do this for 3 hours? These are the things that we need each other for. We just had a group coaching the other night, and we were talking about someone driving their kids to school and some families needing an extended day, but they don't have extended day because they got to go pick up their other kids from school. And it's like, okay, let's think about this. Let's employ some unique strategies. Can you have someone else drive your kids? Or is that a priority to you? Because if driving your kids to school is a priority to you, then we need to keep it. But if you're saying that people are not going to sign up for your program because you don't have extended hours, we need to find someone who you can pay to do extended hours so you can leave to go get your kids. And you pay that person 10, 15, whatever minimum wage is at the end of the day to watch kids for 2 hours while you go and you finish marketing or you finish planning or you go get your kids or whatever it may be. Let's get some creative strategies here, because the return on your investment is probably going to be double, triple, if not quadruple return on your time, your energy, your resources, and your financials. My greatest tips are that you understand and you are flexible enough to know that it's not going to be perfect. You're still a great mom. You're still going to survive. You're still going to it's still going to work. When you're on vacation, you can still post the things you need to on social media, and you can still share it in Facebook groups. It takes 15 minutes and get done. 15 minutes. My best advice is that you make the invisible visible, and you start by writing down what it is that you need and what it is that you don't have and what it is that you want, what it is that you think you need. And you write it all down on paper. So like one paper is all marketing. One paper is all finances. One paper is all curriculum. And you go, okay, this is my marketing bucket. What all needs to be done in my marketing bucket? And is this a one-time project, or is this an ongoing daily, weekly project or activity? Finances. Is this a one-time project or is this an everyday or every week occurring situation? We talk a lot about that in Microschool Masterminds because time is very important. It's module number 1. Owning your time, owning your calendar, time blocking. I show you videos. I show you my planner. I show you how to do that. It's in module 1, time, tools, and transitions. And my greatest advice to you this summer is that you give back to you. Invest in yourself. Invest in going to Starbucks and learning for a little bit. Invest in going somewhere and buying yourself a smoothie and just sitting underneath a tree and journaling and writing and get the thoughts out that are stumping you, that are messing with you. You can do this. I'm not going to tell you that it needs to be like this and it needs to look like that, but I am going to tell you that if you want the community and you want to fast track and you want to get answers, we are here for you. Microschool Masterminds would be a phenomenal place for you to start. You can go to teachersletyourlightshine.com/masterminds. Feel free to message me. Get in. It's $147. It's worth thousands of dollars just the first month of the 4 years that I've done group coaching, the 4 years that I've done one-on-one coaching, the documents, the templates, the hundreds of hours. Guys, what are you waiting for? Me included. What have I waited for not to invest in myself, not to invest in the tools that I needed? Will you go buy yourself a suitcase that will give you a return on your investment for 5 years? Why will we not go and invest in things that will give us a return on our investment for years and years and years? It's a philosophy. It's not even a mindset. It's a philosophy, what we've been taught, what we're believing. We're no longer a slave to scarcity. You have just as much time. Me and you both have the same amount of time. And yes, I have had time poverty. I have cried. I have been like, I cannot do this. This isn't going to work. I'm done. I've done everything I possibly could. Breakthrough comes. Don't give up. I love you and I want to see you. We've got group coaching this month. We've got our live Q&A this month in June. But most importantly, you've got on-demand content as soon as you become a part of Microschool Masterminds to get going and learning. We love you. teachersletyourlightshine.com/masterminds.